Hi, my name is Natalie. I enjoy doing a variety of crafts and arts. I hope you will join me. Today, let's use an art journal that I've been working on, and we'll make a page with the jelly prints from last week. This art journal is a English-Dutch dictionary that I found at a thrift store. Here are a few of the projects I've been working on. Let me give you a quick overview of making an art journal. You want to look for a journal that has stitched signatures, not glued in signatures. And then you find the center of each signature and remove some pages. 3, 4 pages, depending on how thick the book is and how thick the work, the art that you're going to be putting into it. So 3 or 4 pages removed from the center of each signature. And then to make the pages thicker for putting art on, I glue some of them together. And I've been using this Avery glue stick. It's pretty sticky, seems to be working well and holding the pages together very well. So I just spread it all over, and I can see, you can see the shine up there near the center. I can see whether I've got glue everywhere or not. So I just press another page over, 2 or 3 pages together, and I get a nice page that's good for putting some artwork on. It's a good thickness. So let's find a page to put our jelly prints on from last week. And here's some of the prints we made last week. There's the main print, there was a pull-off print, and this was the roll-off print that I used just to scratch paper. Trying to decide here whether to make a 1-page or a 2-page spread. I think I'll use most of this print here and just make a 1-page spread. I'm going to tear the edges so it has a little of an interesting edge on it. And if you pull the edge towards you with the print face up, then you're going to get the white along the edges, the inside of the paper. You can see that a little better here on the end. I was thinking of just putting it up to the top of the page and not tearing the top edge, but I think it'll look better with all 4 sides torn. And this side's giving me a little bit of a trouble. There, that looks like it'll fit. I'm going to use that Avery glue stick again to put this into place. Just going to get good coverage all over. Flip it around, get the other side of it. A little bit of overglue on my page is going to be fine because we're just going to glue this right down there. And it's pretty sticky. So here's some of the pages I've torn out. I'm thinking I'll use these pages with some glimmer mist. We've got Purple Rain, Stormy Night, and Sunlight. I think I got these at Tuesday morning. They have the mica powder at the bottom of them. You want to shake them up good. So I've already cut out some flowers from the pages that I spritz with these glimmer mists. They have a bit of a shine to them from that mica. I'm going to sort through them here and see how I might want to arrange them. Do I want to stack them, make more than one layer? What colors do I want to use? The die cuts that I used on these flowers was the old die, the Tim Holtz Tattered Flowers. I've had it for quite a few years, but it makes such a nice variety of flowers. I still pull it out to use it every now and then. So I'm just about done making my decisions here. Which flowers to use. Thinking I will stack them. So as I'm looking at this before I glue these down, let's see how the placement will look. I think this page here I want to use for some leaves. So I'm going to pull out some dies that I have that will make leaves. Now these are some paper tray ink dies. I don't remember what the name of it is. Garden Finery or something like that. And there's a couple of leaves there and some ferns. That paper just cuts so nicely and looks so pretty with all those colors on it that I used as roll-off for making the jelly print. All right, let's see how we might want to arrange these flowers on here. It kind of bothered me when the writing on the page wasn't going right side up. I had to keep flipping the flowers around because I wanted the print to be right side up, even though it's not something anybody's going to read. I'll stick some of these little flowers in, fold a flower in half, kind of looks like a bud behind. I don't think I have room for that one. So, looking it over. I'm looking at the edges, and I think I want to age the edges just a little bit. I'm going to pull out some Distress ink here in a minute. The color Distress ink I used is Crushed Corduroy, or Brushed Corduroy. Sorry about that. Brushed Corduroy. I'm going to paste these down with this molding paste from Golden's and some of the glue stick. The molding paste will give a little bit more lift and texture underneath. So for this Distress ink, I'm just going to rub it on the edges and mush it around with my finger. I'll antique these edges just a little bit. And get some of that ink off my fingers before I go on. Alrighty, let's start gluing these flowers down. You can see here, I'm just putting a little glue stick on them. The first layers I put down, I use just glue stick, and then as we go on, I use some of this molding paste to give it a little more dimension. It's not a lot of dimension, but it does lift those flowers up just a little bit along the edges. I think glue stick is very sticky. Okay, we've got the first ones down there. Now let's do some of the smaller ones. Oh, so we're going to do a leaf next. Stick that in there under the big flower. And another leaf under that fern. I'm going to put the molding paste on with a palette knife, just helps to spread it out. And I'm not pushing down real hard on this, so it lifts it up from the page just a smidge. Put the second layer on that. Put a little extra molding paste under some of the little tips of the petals. This book, because I've taken some extra pages out of it, it has room for me to put some dimensional art in it. I don't think I'll go super dimensional in this book, but a little extra dimension is going to work in here just fine. The book's still going to close. Alrighty, so here we go with some of the smaller flowers. Tuck them in here and there. Put in some of those folded in half ones. Sorry about gluing that previous one off the page there, off the screen. Thinking it needs a little something else. I'll put another leaf in here. No, not there. That's not glued down well enough, so put a little more molding paste under there. And there, that's a good spot for that leaf. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back. Unfortunately, when I came back, my camera did not record as I thought it was. So I'm going through some of the supplies I've used here to finish up this page. I used the Posca pen around the flowers, used this Jane Davenport pigment ink marker, and then here are some little gemstones from the Paper Studio, which is a Hobby Lobby. And I die cut the Nature is the Art of God. I die cut that out of the turquoise Gelli print page. So there's my finished page, and here's a close-up of it. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you at my next video. Have a wonderful day.